Buddha. What's going on, Juco?
Other banks go out of their way to make redeeming credit card rewards
This is my state, this is my team. You know what that means. This is for the black and blue that I bleed. This is for the chance to bring home that ring. But everybody gonna doubt this. So far there ain't been another way around it. We bring heat to the game each week. They just say we ain't got what it takes, we ain't bout it. Well, y'all can just keep saying that we ain't gonna make it, but at the end of the day, this will be the Panthers nation. You know, this ain't a game to us major players at every angle that you can think of. That's why you hate us. Get out the way of greatness. You can look at our faces and see the blood, sweat, and tears that it took to create this. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, but you can save it. Cause even on the darkest of days, you know we're always gonna find a way to tell them what we gonna do, we gotta
Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Alright. We are underway. It's gonna be a fun stream here. Hopefully. I can't promise nothing, but Hopefully. There we go. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Before we get started, hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit that bell, select all, leave a comment down below if you feel like doing so. And be sure to check out the Facebook group page. Keep pounding in all caps for in-game posts, polls, opinions, reactions to NFL news, schedules for the channel, and, of course, fantasy football for the Keep Pounding League that we are doing on Yahoo Sports. All right, let's get into it. First game is an L. Why did it happen? What can we do to change that? Let's get into some numbers, man. Let's get into some facts. Let's find out what happened here, man. Hey, what's up, Vietnam? How you doing, man? Shout out to you and all the night owls that come out here and hang out with us, man, on this night stream. I wanted to do one this afternoon, but I wasn't feeling it, man. I just wasn't feeling it after that game. You know what I mean? I didn't want to bring those negative, angry vibes up in here, man. That's not what we do here. Because I wanted us to find the solutions to the problems that are going on with this team instead of being angry about it. You know, being angry ain't gonna solve nothing. You got to dig into the roots of the problems and try to solve them, you know, that way. And offer positive solutions, healthy vibes, you know, and just overall keep pounding, man. You know, that's what we got to do. We got to keep pounding. That's who we are. Vietnam says, I need to say that Derek Brown is a bust, plain and simple. He keeps getting bullied in the run game and can't stop the run at all. Yeah. I agree with that. I'm devastated with this loss. Baker played well enough for someone who has only been with the team for a couple of months. Yeah. We're going to get into that, man. We're going to get into that. Let's see. Just make sure we got that box score pulled up. There's a lot of things to discuss with this game right here. And I think we're going to start with Baker. Excuse me. The fact that we only managed to put up 7 points in the first half really screams to me that we need some accountability, first of all. That first half was a disaster when it came to the offensive line and to Baker Mayfield. And I got to take off points for this, man. As y'all know, I go A to F on my grading scale with every position. And that includes all players that play that particular game. Man, Corbin, can you don't be bringing those 2 words up in here, man. You already know how I feel about those 2 words, missed opportunities. If you've been paying attention to my videos since 2019, you already know how I feel about those 2 words, bro. That's what got Ron Rivera fired. That's the beginning of what got Ron Rivera fired, man. Don't be bringing that energy up in here, man. We trying to find solutions. We ain't trying to blame nobody, man. Yeah, I'm going to throw some tough love at some players, though. I'm going to do that. Sure enough, I'm going to do that. There's a lot to go around there. Vietnam says, remember that he only just got the nod at starter 2 weeks ago. Yet the O-line had to get it together, but the play calling wasn't great either. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. I'll give you that one. I'm going to start out by saying a very weak B- when it came to quarterback. Now, here's why I say B- because yes, the first half was a complete disaster, but you look at the second half, Baker did look a little better in that second half, man. We put up 17 points in that fourth quarter. Yeah, it was a little late bit of a comeback, but it was there. You know what I'm saying? You can't deny it was there. We started waking up in that fourth quarter. Now, why didn't we wake up in the third quarter during that time period? And we couldn't get that defense off the field. And when we did have the ball in that third quarter, we didn't do much with it. It was a punt. So, and we got negative 3 yards on that third quarter. But I want to highlight that first quarter because we had 2 punts where we had some negative yards up in here, man. I don't like that. Negative 10. Negative 1. We're seeing some negatives. We should never see negatives against the Browns. Come on now. What is going on here? And I think part of it had to do with Pat F1 fumbling these snaps. And I was like, really? Really? Pat F1. Let's start there. While we're on that offensive vine right now and throwing some tough love at the offensive unit, Pat F1. What was that? 4 fumbles? 4 fumbles off of snaps alone. Yeah, that was hot garbage. I agree with that, Corey McKinney. Absolutely agree. We only ran the ball 6 times in the first half. We came out of the gate throwing on first down. It became predictable. If you look at that first drive, and this goes back to play calling, this frustrated me, y'all. If you look at the plays we called, it was a little swing pass. It was a little check down, and they were all shut down easily. And, what are we going to do with that? We didn't even get CMC involved in the first half. That sad day when Nick Chubb actually outruns CMC. It's a sad day when even Kareem Hunt outruns CMC. I don't like that, man. I don't like that. Pat been trash in your opinion. I like McAdoo, but that's not a good first game for him. I agree. I don't think that's a good first impression for Pat McAdoo. Ben McAdoo, my bad. I don't know why I keep wanting to say Pat McAdoo. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, that's not a good first impression of him, I think. I say give him one more game. Let's see, what kind of other plays he could pull out of his hat. I want to see what this dude can actually do for our playbook before I throw before I completely throw McAdoo under the bus, you know what I mean? And say he's not it. I'm not ready to say that yet because we did have a good fourth quarter. We ran some good plays in that fourth quarter. I was happy with it. There was some good play calling during that one drive that we scored the 7 points on in the second quarter too. So, it is what it is, man. I'm not ready to throw in the towel on McAdoo yet. I want to see one more game before I make a judgment on him. Respectively, because we didn't get all our pieces involved, honestly, until the fourth. You didn't even see half of our weaponry until the fourth. And we're just strictly speaking about the offense right now. That offensive line frustrated me a little bit. I'm gonna cut Icky a break because that was Myles Garrett. And Garrett's a monster. But the rest of that O line needs to do a better job, man. Icky, you get one break. You know what I mean? You get one break. But after that, I'm not helping you. You got to step up. You got to live up to the expectations that everybody is saying you are worth. When we drafted you first round, you got to be worth that first round. If we're going to start you. And are we putting too much are we putting too much on Icky, right out of the gate? That's my question right now. I don't know. Gordon McKinney says we could have put up a respectable number. You got to slow down on this chat, bro, because some of this stuff, I can't read it in time.
Yo, hello?
Yeah, man, what's up? Welcome to the stream.
What are your thoughts on the game? What are your thoughts on the game? I don't know. I feel like J.C. Horn kind of sold us. I'm not going to lie.
I'm just going to focus on the offense first right now because I do feel like that's where we need to put our focus on.
It took us a whole
Let me
half
read
to
these
figure out how
Facebook
to
comments before they drift off of here, man, because once they drift off, I can't see them no more. We could have put up a respectable number of points offensively if McAdoo had called plays like he did in the fourth. I agree with that.
I think
Chenault will hopefully be ready to roll next week. I think he opens our offense more than people think. Even if he accounts for 600 yards this year, and I have a theory as to why. Okay, I'd be interested to hear that theory because I do like him. That's that new wide receiver we just got. Even Moten missed that linebacker coming off the edge. Well, I don't know. That's on Moten or the running back. You can go back and see. I would bet that's probably on the running backs because the running backs have had trouble blocking those pass rushers. And to be real with you, man, Clowney had a field day. Clowney had an absolute field day blocking our passes at the line. That cannot continue. All right, guys? That cannot continue. We can't keep doing that. You got to keep those hands engaged, O lineman. And I get it's Clowney. I do get that. Okay? He finds inventive ways to get around you and has fun doing it, but you got to keep those hands engaged. You let these defenders get those hands up, swat. I mean, it's like a goaltending, man, in NBA. Every time these people get their hands up, you can't let them do it. You can't let them do it, bro. So, Shout out to the Real Zero Chill. Dang, bro, we dropped the deuce today. Yep. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. We dropped this one. Yo, what's good, brother? Ryan, what's up, man? Which one was more underwhelming? Oh, offensive line or D line? And I did warn you, both lines were looking a little suspect, man. I did warn you before that game ever started. Shout out to Sam, Donald Buns, yo. No, Icky played better than most expected him, in my opinion. That's true, man. That's true. That's why I'm cutting a break. You know, it was Miles Garrett that he was on. So, you know, I'm not ready to say, you know, boom or bust right now. You know, his first game, it's Miles Garrett. Cut him a break. You know what I mean? Yeah, aside from a few technical errors, hey, Icky looked legitimate. Yeah, man. Lock Poppy, what's up? I'm still trying to figure out that ball to how that ball sailed on Shy Smith. Like, was Baker trying to throw some over some D lineman's hands or something? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think he saw that safety at all. I mean, if he'd have thrown that thing like 5 yards further up, that might have been a completion because I felt like he had a stepper on that defender. You know, if you throw it in the right spot, you could probably complete that. But I don't know, man. I don't know. It's debatable. It's debatable. Either way, that thing sailed like a mile over his head right into a defender's hands, and that's not good. It's not good. But Baker did redeem himself with that big pass to Robbie, so I'll give him that. You know, Burns looked amazing. That was about it. We'll talk about the defense in a minute. But right now, I'm a little concerned with our problem. Our O-line is built for run blocking, mostly, predominantly over pass blocking. And that's why we're having trouble. We're picking run blockers, and we need to be picking balanced guys. You know, when we go after linemen. So it leads to breakdowns in pass protection. It breakdowns in technique, footwork, stuff like that, because you're trying to teach these guys that are run blockers. Oh, hey, these are the pass protection techniques. You know, that a predominantly pass blocking offensive lineman should learn. That's my theory right now. You know, and I could be wrong about that, but we may be going after the wrong guys here. And I think the start of solving that problem on the offensive line was benching Pat F1 and starting Bozeman. Absolutely agree. You know, I was about to say the same thing, Corey McKinney. Because I saw that in the depth chart even the night before we started that game, and it frustrated me to no end. And I was just like, why? Why? It occurred to me that Bozeman had an injury, you know, that he's still recovering from. So, but my question is, man, are we putting too much pressure on these guys already, right out of the gate? I don't want to, you know, I don't want to be that guy that says boom or bust right out of the gate week one, but that O-line just looked rough. And it put Baker on his back twice. And part of that was reasoning of the fact that he held on to it way too long, too. So, you know, B- from me, grade-wise, for Baker after all of that. You know, half of it was on him, half of it was on the offensive line. What's up, Jack? Welcome on in, man. We're talking about the offense right now. And I want to get
what's
to
up,
this.
man?
Yeah, what's up, man?
How's it going?
Pretty good, man.
Yeah,
Pretty
that's
good.
good. It was a rough L today.
Yeah, this game could have been a lot better. That's for
Yeah.
sure. Do you agree with that B- rating on Baker, and why? Or why not?
No, I don't.
And the reason it's a B- instead of a C, grade is because of that fourth quarter. Otherwise, I'd be rating him a straight C.
I agree.
So I feel like the fourth quarter was a pretty good idea of what Ben McAdoo's offense is going to look like play calling wise. That's what we're getting a preview of, pretty much. Court McKinney says F1 is horrible. People look at him and say he didn't allow a sack last year, but he allowed a ton of pressures and quarterback hits last year. It goes deeper than just sacks allowed. F1 will make guys hurry passes. That's true, man. That's true. I agree with that. The stats back that up too. You look at QB hurries. Yep. That's very true. So we're looking at running backs. B plus, obviously. CMC didn't get used that much in the first half. I don't know why, but he just wasn't used. And when he was used, he got his yards. He got his first downs. He got his big plays. And I don't know why. I'm a little concerned that we had Kareem Hunt outrun him today. But at the same time, I did warn people about Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. I did warn y'all. This run defense looks weak. It looks soft. And that duo ran circles around us. They outran us. I mean, you want to talk about our running game versus their running game. We got a total of 54 rushing yards, 2.8 average, and only 2 rushing touchdowns. And one of those was CMC. All right. You compare that to Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. Both of these guys are monsters. You're looking at 39 attempts, 217 yards, 5.6 average, and 1 touchdown. Phil Snow, with all due respect, I don't want to hear about that average no more, man. I don't want to hear about it no more. If this is what we're going to be looking like later on, I don't want to hear about that no more. I don't want to hear no excuses from this dude no more. I mean, that's ridiculous. In the midst of its playoffs, IndyCar crowned a champion on Sunday. Oh, we're ranked number 9 in rushing defense average for the entire year. Yeah. Did y'all look at the 15 touchdowns we gave up last year? And that's not even including the Atlanta game that we didn't even put in that list. I mean, come on, bro. Half of those are from quarterback draws. This is ridiculous. This has got to stop. We got to contain these people, man. I hate to be that guy right now, but I mean, we're in a position where if this continues, people are going to be running circles around us. Just even the average running backs. They smell blood in the water, man.
Yo, what's up? Keep pounding.
What's good, man?
How's your day?
It's all right considering this L, man. It's all right.
I feel that. Yeah, I agree with you.
But I did try to warn people, man. Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. These guys are dangerous people. You cannot let these guys just run circles around you. I was more worried about Kareem Hunt than I was Nick Chubb, but we let Nick Chubb get 141 yards. 141 yards. 6.4 average. You want to talk about average? Just him alone had more of an average than the entire teams that we played last year. Derek Brown is just getting run over like a freight train. This is ridiculous, man. Don't sit here and lie to me and tell me that we don't have a run defense problem. All right? Just don't even do it. Matt Rule's already lied to us. We don't need you lying to us, Phil Snow. Come on now. And you know what we're gonna hear is, oh well Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt are excellent running backs. They're top of the league and da 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 da. Yeah, we know this. Thank you, Captain Obvious. But when you're giving up 217 rushing yards, I don't want to hear about the average. You know, that's not acceptable. How you feeling about that right there?
God's plan. God's plan.
That's how I feel right now. You know, it's God's plan. We got to figure out what we're doing. And if that fits into the God's plan, man, we got to figure it out, man. You know? Run D looked like it could stop a 10 and under team. That's a great comment right there. I like that one. You're not wrong either. Granted, this is a good running back room the Browns have. Yeah, true. What's up, Rashawn? How you doing, man? Shout out to you. But oh my God, man.
God, I'm hot. I'm like sweating. Yo, keep pounding. I'm like sweating, bro.
Yeah, that game made me sweat. I'll tell you that much.
Sweating my meat steak off in this 2K game.
Yeah. Fed and Op says I hate Derek Brown.
Pounding, I'm a little crazy. I look like JC Horn out here.
Yeah, let's talk about JC Horn's 2 holding calls that they gave him extra yards. Like, JC, come on, bro. You know I gotta call that out. What was that? That was undisciplined garbage right there. Although I will go to bat for the Yo, come on, man. We gotta avoid copyright on these streams, bro. Come on, man. Hey. We're trying to avoid the copyright on here, man. You know what I'm saying? Bro, get out of here with this troll nonsense, man. I'm trying to have a real stream here, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, JC Horn, man, with them 2 holding calls. You think I want to go call that out? Come on, bro. Don't do that.
Hey, stop trolling. Stop trolling, bro. Stop trolling. No music.
Alright, cool. Cool.
Stop with the music, jack me off.
Alright, let's see. Oddly enough, you go into the wide receivers. Robbie Anderson's our top receiver with 102 yards and a touchdown. That was beautiful right there. You know? Shout out to Robbie with the IE for them 102 yards, man. Yes, sir. I don't know how that man got wide open on that one play. I was just like, dang. Y'all know what I mean? I like that play, though. Hey, Yeah, I ain't gonna kick him. I think he's got something to add to this conversation, though. We tried to get DJ more involved. We got 43 yards out of him. You know, pretty good day. Shy Smith with the 12.
Oh, I am so.
Tommy Tremble had a drop, though. I will say that Tommy Tremble had a drop, but he got lucky because that one got erased by a penalty.
Yo, what's
So-
up, St. Darnold Buns? How you doing, man? Thanks for coming by the chat, St. Darnold Buns. How you?
So
What'd you say?
we are looking at.
Darnold Buns, how's your day, bro?
It's pretty good, bro. It's pretty good. Compare that to the
Really good.
Browns receiving
Thanks for-
game. Peoples Jones got involved
Available
more so
right
than
now.
I thought he
If
would.
you want to donate,
We
if
got,
you want to donate to the stream, click the link right now. Accepting all donations.
Yo, what are you promoting? What are you promoting?
Donations are being
what?
accepted. Donations are currently being accepted, chat.
I don't accept donations. I don't ask for money, y'all. I don't know what this dude is talking about,
Wait,
but I
where
don't do that,
donate at?
man.
You
I'm about
can't
to kick
donate
you.
at all.
Nah, bro. We ain't doing that.
Why not?
We don't do that nonsense, bro.
I'm just trying to donate, man. I'm trying to help brother out.
We don't do donations up in here, man. I done told y'all that. It's a free channel, bro. I don't know.
Yo, that kid's weird.
Yeah, I kicked him. All right. So this is a weird name at the top of the wide receiver list for the Browns. I did not expect Peoples Jones to get involved as much as he did for 60 yards. Kareem Hunt, obviously they tried to get him involved receiver wise. Cooper. Oddly enough, we shut down Swartz. We shut down Njoku and Cooper as well. Pretty much, he got 17 yards. But if you shut those guys down, here comes People Jones. See, this is one of those offenses where they'll pull a second stringer out of nowhere, and they'll pull that nonsense.
I feel like Cooper didn't even put up numbers, but like he still like was probably one of the best players on the field for the Browns. Like with the holding penalties and like just off the play, he was just like winning his routes every time.
I agree with that.
Jacoby Brissett's not very good at getting the ball.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, there ain't no link Sam Darnold Buns. I don't know who that dude is, but I kicked him. Alright, yeah, Peoples Jones hurt us, man. That was one of the few people that could probably hurt us as far as this corner crew is concerned. Because we're starting to get concerned with the run. So a little bit of that secondary help went up to the line to help out with the draw plays and stuff like that. So they got out of position. And when you get out of position with guys like Peoples Jones, he will hurt you. You know, he'll move the chains. So,
Yeah.
overall, our wide receiver core, I'm pretty happy with it. You know, I think we got our
It was just the offensive line. I feel
yeah.
like.
Mm-hmm. It's the offensive line that screwed us today, and Baker in that first half. I mean, is that an honest assessment that Baker held onto the ball too long in some of those situations when he had a clean pocket? You think that's a fair assessment?
he would like try and hold on to it too long, and then he would like try to roll out, and that time he got sacked. I remember.
Yeah, that's kind of the reaction I got too, and I was just like, what? What is this
Like a
dude?
couple times he like tried to like lean down and like roll out of the pocket when he could have thrown it away and not taking it.
Exactly. Like you got to have an internal clock as an NFL quarterback. If that ball ain't out of your hands by 4 seconds, that's either a pass rush or a sack. Point
Like, I
blank.
feel like even Jacoby Brissett had a better pocket manage. Like, I mean, I know he wasn't really under pressure, so. I mean,
Yeah, exactly. Like I saw that too, and I was just like, really? When
like that
Jacoby
one play, I
Brissett
remember,
is
like,
beating you
he was getting about to get
in
sacked,
that,
and like he Burns grabbed his leg, and he just still got rid of it. Baker in that play probably would have tried to like break the tackle,
and that shows a weakness
I
on
agree.
pass rush. Yeah, because our pass rush isn't strong enough, and when you grab them by one leg, you're not able to get more than that. That's not enough speed. That's not enough push.
That's what she said.
Okay, trying to keep it clean here, family friendly. Thank you, but still, yeah, that's not enough of a pass rush though, and it hurt us. Couple times he held too long, and mostly it got out of whack. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I saw too, and I was just like, really?
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
What do you think about because Myles Garrett was low key put in the rookie tackle or whatever in like a box, he was kind of destroying him. How do we stop that for like next game?
Yo, bro, quick question, bro. Your room looks kind of sick. Can we get a room tour?
That is actually a great question.
I got you.
I'm actually cutting Icky a break on that because, this is Icky's first official regular season game. I don't think it's fair, to throw Icky under the bus for a Myles Garrett matchup, right out of the gate.
Yeah,
Are
true.
we putting too much responsibility and pressure on Icky, right out of the gate? That's what I've been asking that question all day today.
That's fair.
I don't know, man. But these vets that have been on this line, like Pat Eflin, have no excuse. Like those 4 fumbles. What
Baker
are you
Mayfield, that
doing?
was kind
This is
of
the NFL, man. You can't be fumbling that ball on the snap 4 times in one game. How many more times are you going to do that and risk a turnover, bro?
Yeah.
We can't have that.
I think it was like
we got to
8
have
times.
Bozeman in when he's healthy. Yeah.
The refs did kind of sell us on that last drive, though. I can't lie. With that roughing the passer call.
Yeah, I will go to bat with the team on this one, and say that was not roughing. I'll agree with them. No, he was faking it. You could tell. On that last camera angle, you could clearly tell he was faking it. I've seen some of these quarterbacks that just fake it, man. And I'm sitting there like, really? Man, we got gifted so many penalties, that gave us opportunities, and we just did not want it. Did it feel like, okay, legitimate question for everybody out here. In that first half, if you were just judging by the first half alone, did it feel like we were throwing this game? Like,
I feel like the Panthers are pretty shit.
I mean, is that the general consensus? Did it feel like to everybody here that we were throwing that game in that first half? Because that was just awful. God, it was awful. And I mean,
I don't think we gained a first down until the second quarter.
my Lord, man. It was so bad. We
He didn't
literally
gain any
rushed the
first
ball
down
like
for
6
5
times in that
minutes.
entire half. And Baker was just so trash. And I was like, really? Is this what we traded for? Is this what we made a move for? Like,
I felt like they were going nowhere. They would run like a 2-yard check down and then get a 10-yard holding penalty.
yeah, it was the
and
most
then-
basic check down stuff. Like, anybody could have read that. Anybody could have figured that out.
I don't know
sitting there
how
like,
the
Ben,
Browns
what are
didn't,
you
like,
doing,
intercept
bro?
one of those passes. The first like 15 drives, or like not first 15 minutes, like first quarter.
Yeah.
He didn't throw a single pass past like.
Yo, I have something to say.
What's good, man?
I just think the Panthers did a really bad job today.
I agree with that. And we're trying to figure out why. You know, that's the point of these streams, man. We're trying to figure out why.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why.
All right.
I need my manager to actually tell me. Manager? Manager?
What's going on, man?
Who the fuck is your manager? Like, you know what? I'm being hired as a manager now.
Jack me off here is my manager.
Yes. What can I do for you? Can I suck
I
your
need
dick or
you.
something?
Yo. Hey, none of that. None of that. Family friendly stream, guys. Come on now.
Yeah, none of that for real. That's really disrespectful, really. Like I
My
don't even
bad. My bad.
I don't even have a penis.
I'm gonna mute y'all, man. Yo, I can't be having that stuff on this stream, bro. I'm tired of this. Y'all, if you're not coming up in here to talk football, get off my Zoom chat. Real talk, man. Also, if you're gonna play copyrighted music, get off my Zoom chat. Like this dude right here. Mute. Stop that. Not on my streams, bro. If you ain't coming up in here to talk football, get off my Zoom chat. I'm gonna kick you.
You gotta stop trolling, bro.
Man, get that nonsense out of here. Alright. We trying to
So
get serious up in
disrespectful.
here, man.
Facts. Let's talk real football here.
Thank you.
Real football.
Yes. Very much like
Only
to do that.
football. No
All right.
dicks, no penises. Football.
Right, none of that.
only.
None of that.
You agree with me, Lucifer?
I feel like they should make an OnlyFans for football players, bro.
Guys, seriously. I will shut down Zoom tonight. I swear to God I will. Y'all better check yourselves.
No.
I will do it.
Please don't.
No.
This is a privilege, guys, to be on these streams. Treat it as such. Thank you.
Sorry.
All right.
Sorry, Daddy.
Let's talk about okay, so getting back on track here. I graded the wide receivers at a B. I think that's a fair grade. Consider they did have some trouble getting open during that game. Tight ends I rated at a B plus. I did see the drop by Tremble, but I'm gonna let that go because that was a penalty that negated that. All right. O-line C plus. I think that's fair. I think the O-line really did not look good today, and it frustrated me. I don't like it, and we got to have Bozeman back as soon as he's feeling healthy again. Yeah, Vietnam, I took care of it, bro. I took care of it. I know how you feel, bro. We getting serious. So moving on to the defensive ends, we talked a little bit about that. That's a C plus. They were kind of non-involved today. I did see Brian Burns get involved a little bit, but not enough, to move the grading scale up. And that's my thing, man. When you don't see enough of a pass rush to start moving that grading scale up, that's when you need to be concerned about the pass rush. Where was Gross Matos today? That's my question. Where was Gross Matos today? This dude was barely in the backfield at all. I mean, you saw, yeah, no problem, man. But you saw Brian Burns a little bit. You saw that safety blitz. You saw, a little bit of action from Luvu, but beyond that, I mean, where was the pass rush? There was none. Yeah, Gross Matos was MIA, man. He got blocked for the entire game. I didn't see that man in the backfield at all. Let's see if we can find him on this stat sheet here. Yeah, he had 2 tackles, 1 quarterback hit. That's it. From a pass rusher, that's it? That's all you got? Come on, bro. Show up. I gotta throw some tough love out there, man. I gotta call this stuff out. All right, defensive tackle, B minus. I mean, there were moments where we shut down the draw plays, and I was like, okay, well, if we could do this consistently, we could send a message, and win these battles in the trenches. And the problem is, we couldn't do it consistently. It was just 1 out of 20 times, and that's not going to cut it. Because these guys are racking up 7 to 8 yards a carry. Some of them up to 10. And I'm like, really? That's not it. So, people mentioned Derek Brown earlier. I agree. Where was Derek Brown today? Anybody see Derek Brown today? He ain't in the top of this list, I can tell you that much. Where is he? 5 tackles. 5 tackles, that's it. That's not enough. Exposed him in the run game and in the pass rush. Yeah, exactly. That draft 3 years ago when we took all defenses isn't panning out. And the only pick to blossom was Chint. Exactly. Thank you, Vietnam. Thank you, sir. Matt Rule's draft, by the way. I want to point that out. Chin was the only gold mine player that we got out of that. And I'm telling you, he's still panning out. All right, so linebackers. B. Luvu, and more Luvu. All I got to say is we do not deserve Luvu on this roster. We don't deserve this guy. He saved us more times than I can count today. I mean, shout out to Luvu right now. Can we just have a hats off to Luvu right now? Hit that like button for Luvu. Frankie's the man.
You make me kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, Frankie is bringing it every single game, every single snap, every game. I love this dude. I got his autograph on a signed football, man. Yes, sir. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show y'all that. 1 second. Y'all deserve to see this. This has become a Frankie Lubu 5-minute session of just love right here. Love session. Frankie, I appreciate you, bro. Thank you. You the man for this. That's a beautiful signed football right there. I'm gonna be putting that up in the trophy case. We do not deserve this dude. I mean, all the run stops, all the things this dude has done. We do not deserve him.
Yo, what's up, bro?
What's good, man?
I missed you.
Appreciate it, man.
I really do love you.
Hey, much love to everybody that's in this chat. Much love to everybody watching. Much love to all the content creators. One love, man. You know? I apologize. Zoom just died. I'm setting it back up. There we go. All right. Keep it clean in Zoom, please. If you're jumping back in, keep it clean. Keep it respectful. Keep it football. Thank you. All right. I like Shaq today. Shaq did well. He had his moments. So I'm giving these linebackers the credit they're due. I might be willing to go. B plus on that one. Very much possibly.
Yo, what's up, baby?
What up, man? Welcome back on in.
How was your day today?
Pretty good considering this L, man, that we're holding right now. But I'll take it.
You know what L's mean? You know what L's mean?
What ails you, bro? What ails you?
L's.
I feel that one right there, man. I feel that one.
L's are the future. They are the future.
Ugh. I hope not with this team.
No. Like I mean, like it's the future of the future.
Man. As long as
How
we
do you
keep
feel
playing
about
like
that?
we did in that first half, bro, we're going to be holding some more L's. I can tell you that much. We can't be accepting that type of performance again, man. You know what I mean? Like, we can't do this no more. We got to play like we did in that fourth quarter. We got to come out fighting. And I'm trying to give credit to all these defensive players, that came out here and really wanted this, and the offensive players that really wanted this, and showed up.
Yo, keep pounding.
What's good, man?
Is it just me, or does Baker Mayfield have a really big ass?
Bro, I was saying the same thing, bro. That shit was ridiculous what he's doing, bro.
Baker Mayfield had a really fat ass.
He was kicked.
Yo, man. Hey. He gonna be sitting his big butt on the ground trying to get these fumbles that Pat F1 kept fumbling, I'll tell you that much.
I would hop on that ass so fast, bro.
I mean,
big old
he
dump
is a
truck
dump
butt,
truck
man.
back there. I think it's really sexy.
Yo, come on, man. Enough of that trolling nonsense, man. We're trying to get serious up in here, man.
He packed him in the front too, bro.
Yo, so the corners definitely a B plus right now. I love what I saw. These guys came out there and fought tooth and nail. They wanted it. They took what they wanted. and they got these
And they
pass
eated it.
deflections
They
today.
absolutely eated it. They sucked it, and they got it done. I love what they did. They gobbled it down.
Bro, enough with the sexual references, man. Just because you're on the stream doesn't mean you can get away with this garbage, all right, man? Keep doing this, I'm gonna mute you. Keep it serious, bro. All right? All right, so let's give some credit to Dante Jackson. Love
He did a nice
Dante
job, bro.
today. CJ Henderson made some big plays today too. And I'm a little apprehensive about JC Horn with those 2 holding penalties, man. I didn't like that too much. We'll go over the numbers in a minute on this defense, but
Yeah, he's low-key dog shit.
so the free safeties, Woods came through on some run defensive plays. I like that. You know, it looked good, man. And Chin obviously came through on some plays as well. Gotta love that. B plus for both the free safety and the strong safety. Can't really expect too much more from them, you know, except for the missed tackles on the running backs. But, you know, it is what it is. Everybody was missing tackles today, so I can't really fault them too much for that. Because Nick Chubb was making a fool out of everybody on this defense. Literally everybody. I don't think there was a single player on this defense he didn't make a fool out of today. So, you know, I do have to attack that for them both, you know, and push it back to a B plus. But, you know, I do like what I saw though. They came in clutch when you needed them to. These safeties came up. They're having to do double duty, like I was telling y'all to do. I was telling you guys in the previous stream, they're gonna be doing double responsibilities out there. They got to come
Hey,
up and
bro, I
stop
got a
that run,
question real quick.
which means they come off those passes, those wide receivers, and that's an injury risk. You know, if you do this too many times, you saw how tired these guys were out
Are you
there.
really egoing me right now, bro?
So what?
Are you egoing me right now?
No.
Hey, no egoing. We don't like no egoing. Keep pounding. We don't like the egoing.
Oh yeah, no ego, man. No ego.
No ego. Yeah, thank God. No ego.
Yeah, we all good up in here, man. Hey, special teams, love the special teams. A minus, loved them. I mean, these guys are making tackles right as soon as these guys catch the ball on punt returns and kick returns. Love it. You know, coaching is going to be a B from me. I did see an opportunity where we could have challenged that big run where CMC stretched it across the goal line. Although CMC ended up going over the top of the pile anyway, getting the touchdown. So I'm not going to fault him too much for that one. But, you know, the opportunity was there. Should have thrown the red flag because, in retrospect, that was a touchdown. If you look back at the replay, his knee was not down when he stretched that ball over. I think it would have been close. But
It was down.
I think, I honestly do believe when you slow that down, if anybody's got DVR, slow that down and check that and let me know. Because I think that was a touchdown. It don't matter really at this point because we got it anyway on the next play. So, but I just thought that was something that stood out to me. Second one that stood out to me was the clock management. There were a couple of good instances where I did agree with Matt Rule's use of timeouts. One such was right at halftime. when you were forcing these guys to either go for it inside of our 20 or kick a field goal and take the points. And when you called the timeout with that much time left, it forces them to take the points. And I thought that was a very smart play on Matt Rule's part. So I give him credit for that one. Also, good clock management in a couple of other areas. So yeah, Matt Rule gets that B grade from me today. And usually I'm not that generous, but today I did like what I saw. I did see one timeout in the first half that I didn't like, but that's neither here nor there. We'll toss that. Tackling C+. And the reason I say C+ is because we could not get our hands on Nick Chubb to save our life today. This dude was like, he was like a freight train. You can't wrap it. For some reason, you couldn't wrap your arms around this dude. And he broke like about 15 tackles today. I mean, what is going on? Why? Like, he made a fool out of the entire doggone defense. And I'm honestly like, really? So, I gotta dock these guys for that, man. I've got to. Play calling, B-. And the only reason it's a B- and it's not a C is because of that fourth quarter. Because the fourth quarter is where I think, like I said earlier, this is a preview of what Ben McAdoo's offense is going to look like. Once we start building that chemistry, once we got the starting five with Bozeman in, with a healthy line, with Baker doing what he's supposed to be doing. That's what it's supposed to look like. And we put up like 17 points in that quarter. It looked good, man. It looked good. 2 touchdowns and a field goal. And yes, we did shoot ourselves in the foot a couple of times. I'm not really proud of that as a team, but we did okay. We started rising up in that second quarter with 2 touchdowns. Actually 1 touchdown. But yeah, that interception was actually brought up a really good point. Who was Baker throwing to on that play? I'm curious about that one. Because your receiver is about 5 yards underneath where that ball landed. And I'm going, huh? That does not make sense at all. And I've got people, we already had Corey McKinney come up in here and ask that question too. And I was like, really? I don't know. Some of the better people up in here are asking that question right now too. So I'm not the only one. But there are a lot of situations that I would have liked to have back. But let's go over a couple of these defensive numbers. Oh, excuse me, it's late. But I'm trying to focus up here and give y'all the best of what I got. Third down efficiency for the Browns. This is a number that should not be here because of our run defense. 8 for 18. That's a 44.4% right there. Notice they got 11 first downs. 11. They were handed 5 first downs by penalty. I got to point that out, guys. I can't ignore that. That's a big number right there. We should not be shooting ourselves in the foot like that. 2 of those were holding penalties by J.C. Horn himself. No more of that. 4th down efficiency, 1 for 2. They almost had a 3rd opportunity, but we called that timeout. So, we're not going to count that one. And neither did the statistician. So, but this number right here, that's the one that concerns me. 217. 217 rushing yards given up. I don't want to hear from Phil Snow right now, man. I don't want to hear the excuses. Just come out and play better next week, man. Granted, that running back room was good, but 217 yards worth? Are you serious? That just shows you it takes 2 whole Pro Bowl quality running backs to get to 217, and it takes CMC 1 game to get to 150 plus yards when he's healthy and he's playing good and he's given enough snaps. That shows you how good CMC is when he actually comes out there and he's playing well. I think that our team as a whole will play better next week. I hope so, man. I'm just reading chat right now, and I want to apologize for all the guests that we've had on here that have kind of been unprofessional tonight and just doing all this nonsense. I don't want to have to shut down Zoom, but people act a fool up in here, man, and I'm not about that. I'm not about that. If you are going to come up in here on Zoom, please talk football, be professional, be respectful, none of this gay stuff, come up in here and be serious, man. Because that's what we're up in here doing, none of that nonsense. I don't have to bring you in. But if you go come up in here and talk serious stuff, that's what we're about. If you can add to the conversation, ask relevant questions, come on in. And spark healthy debate. I'm a nice, generous guy. I will listen to you. I will hear you out. If you got something serious to say, and you really want to share your opinion, you know what I mean? Like, I entertain 1 or 2 of these guys that were talking about PJ Walker that thought PJ was the next, thing since sliced bread. I listened to them, man, because I thought, maybe these guys had something to add here, earlier on. But, it is what it is, man. I fully expected a bunch of junk, but it is what it is. But, be professional, guys. Come on. You know what this channel is. You know what we're trying to do here. If you coming up in here to troll somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let's get back to some seriousness, though. We got a total of 261 yards today. 4 for 11 on 3rd down efficiency. Let's stop right there. 4 for 11. 36.4%. Y'all should know by now. Y'all should clearly know by now why I'm highlighting that number. This ain't no joke. When we can't get past that right there, there's something wrong with this offense. And we got to clean it up. Now, 54 total yards rushing. Why are we not putting the ball in CMC's hands? I wanted a 50-50 split of carries between him and Chuba Hubbard. I don't think that's too much to ask or suggest. I don't think it is. Because you look at both of them together. I mean, Chuba picked up 2/3 of what CMC would have had that year had he stayed healthy for an entire year. 2/3. Think about that. That's how dangerous Chuba has really become as a running back. So if you split those carries 50-50, keep them both healthy, keep them both on the field, use CMC as a decoy, I think we got a shot, man. It really getting the most out of CMC on this field. If you want to go 60-40 with CMC snaps, that's fine. I got no problem with that. 75 might be pushing it. But, I want to make sure that this dude stays healthy. That's the main goal. For as long as humanly possible. Because once we don't have him, Chuba is our only guy, and we're going to be running him to death. And I don't trust Foreman out there. Foreman got stuffed at least 3 times today. That ain't it. I told y'all that ain't it. I've been telling y'all that ain't it. And people don't want to hear it. In our management. So I'm like, okay. Mess around and find out. Matt Rule don't want to hear it. So mess around and find out, bro. Now I will say this. We had a couple of good, got pretty nasty out there. People couldn't stop him. But look at this. Average runs per play, 2.8. 2.8. And I'm talking just purely on offense, 2.8. That ain't going to cut it. That's not going to move the chains. Versus 5.6. Phil Snow, you want to talk about averages? There you go. There you go, bro. What does that number tell you? Come back to me when that number goes below 4. Then we can have a conversation about our run defense. Until then, you got a lot of mess to fix, man. And you can only do so much with this roster right now. Based on what it looks like. This game counts, guys. From here on, it counts. We can't afford to screw around anymore. This is not preseason anymore. We're not worried about reps. We're not worried about who's playing backup where. How many reps of these backup guys get? Second string, third string, fourth string. Nobody cares about that now. We set our starters. Our starters are the focus of what we do. Not the backups. Nobody cares about them now. Unless somebody gets hurt. So Baker Mayfield, 16 for 27, 1 interception. That's not enough. Yeah, we got 6.7 yards per play. But 16 for 27 and a pick. Since these guys love numbers so much, here's another one for you. 18 for 34. Think about all those incompletions. What happened with those incompletions? That's the corners. That is the corners and Xavier Woods out there shutting these people down. That's a lot of incompletions, folks. Shout out to these corners, man. Shout out to these corners. Much love to these corners, man. Hey, real talk, man. These corners came to play today. I'm very, very proud of y'all. I'm happy with it. And the numbers reflect it, you know? When you do a good job as a corner, the numbers reflect it. I'll grant you 2 or 3 of those were due to pass rush pressures. You know, but the rest of them were 100% y'all just getting the job done. And I'll say this to Dante Jackson. There's only so much you can do with that tight coverage on the guy you were on. Because he had 2 really good catches, and that was such great coverage. And credit to Jacoby Brissett for just slinging it in there perfectly. There's always so much you could do on certain plays. No matter how well you cover those balls. No matter how well you cover those wide receivers, man. You know, there's always so much you could do. And you just got to give credit where it's due for good effort, you know? But yet, at the same token, you know, he's getting the tackles that he needed, you know, at the critical times. He's not allowing yards after the catch. You know, he's not allowing yards after the big yardage, you know, after the runs. You know, so shout out to this corner crew, man. They did an excellent job. As far as the run stopping, but he was more focused on the pass deflections and stuff like that, which is fine. He shut down a number of these plays in his own way because he's Jacoby Brissett had nowhere to throw these balls. You know, and I like it. I like it. Just got to work on the penalties, man. You know, ooh, excuse me. So we had 5 punts, 50 yards. You know, what to do on that? Not too exciting. Here's where I got a problem. 8 penalties for 96 yards. 8 penalties. We got to stay disciplined. Okay? And I'll subtract one of those penalties for the roughing the passer penalty that should not have happened. But the rest of them, all y'all were guilty of them. And I need to see y'all clean these penalties up. Okay? Please, show some discipline. You know, stop giving the other team opportunities. Stop giving them first down. Stop giving them gifts. I mean, I don't know how many times I got to say that before it gets in people's heads, man. Because I don't like it. Here's another one. 5 fumbles. 4 of those were on Pat Elflein himself. And at first I thought the first 2 I thought Baker just has brick hands. And then I saw a third and a fourth one and I'm like, yep, that's Pat Elflein. That's 1,000% Pat Eflin on all 4 of these. That's what finally convinced me. I was like, yep, it's Pat. There ain't no way. One man can snap the ball and cause 4 penalties. 4 fumbles on those. 4 fumbles, not penalties, I'm sorry. 4 fumbles. There ain't no way. I don't understand it. When you get up to the NFL level, there is no excuse. None. Why you should be having horrible snaps 4 games and all 4 of them be fumbles. No excuse whatsoever. I need that straightened out immediately in practices on Monday. I need to see that fixed. We cannot have that no more. How many more opportunities we're going to give them? For real. How many more? I'm giving y'all tough love because you need it. Fix these things, man, because I know y'all are better than this. I have literally watched Pat Eflin go through an entire season where he does not have bad snaps and not fumbling. This has never been a thing before. Why is it suddenly a thing now? That's what I'm wondering. And I know Bozeman didn't teach you that. I know Bozeman didn't teach you that, bro. There ain't no way. Super Bowl center, man. You did that to yourself, bro. 2 for 3 on red zone for us. I like that. I like that right there. But look at the time of possession. This is something that CBS was hugely pointing out throughout the entire game. 38-26 possession time for the Browns. Now, I will say this. Once we got them into our red zone, we stopped them 1 for 4. The defense was not the problem, secondary-wise. That was not our problem. Not until that last drive. And frankly, I don't blame these guys for being tired by that point. Because they have been working like absolute animals throughout the entire 4 quarters. Of course they're exhausted by that point. I don't blame them. You know, I would be too. If I had to do double duty like that, I would be too, bro. Real talk. You know, and I hate it for them. These guys deserve better than this, man. They deserve a better roster. And Matt Rule just refuses to give it to them. I don't understand it. I'll never understand it. As long as I'm a Panthers fan, I will never understand it because he doesn't understand it. He doesn't get it. How can we understand what we're dealing with if he doesn't even understand what he's dealing with? Y'all know what I'm talking about? That's a good question right there. But let's kind of quickly look at these defensive numbers. We're looking at Xavier Woods with 10 combined tackles here, 1 pass deflection. And you'll notice 3 pass deflections. It should have been a little bit more than that. You know, based on the coverage that we saw today, I would add maybe 2 more to that, based on what I saw. But I don't think these guys got their hands on it, though. But, You had Brian Burns with 8 tackles. You had Chin with 7. Frankie Luvu, again, we covered Luvu, man. I love Luvu. God, man. You keep playing like this throughout the season, man. I might just buy that jersey, bro. I might. Real talk, I might. I like Frankie that much right now. He's starting to really earn it. Starting to earn my respect right now. Shaq with 6 tackles. Both he and Luvu both had a quarterback hit. You move on down to Horn, 5 tackles. Down, Derek Brown, 5 tackles. But not in the right situations to shut that run game down. A couple of them were. But Dante Jackson, 4 tackles by himself, open field tackles. Excellent job. And they used a lot of end arounds. I don't know if you guys noticed it or not, but they used a lot of end arounds and sweeps. They were trying to test the edge on us. They were trying to see how good these linebackers really were. And Frankie Luvu was up to the task. Shaq was up to the task today. In a few situations. But mostly Frankie Luvu. And here's a big time play I want to point out is also Damian Wilson today. Can we give some love to Damian Wilson? Come on, baby. Man, that big tackle for a loss, bro. That sack was massive. That sent shockwaves around the entire stadium. We needed that energy, man. We needed that energy to pump up the stadium, to get everybody hyped back up, and CMC helped as well. But that sack, that's what did it right there. That's what got everybody back in. And the juices flowing again in that stadium. Because people were just like, whatever, it's going to be another typical Panthers loss. We're down 13 again. Nah. All of a sudden, you see CMC start making a few plays. It's like, okay. We got some, okay. That's what you started seeing today. And I was just like, all right. And then when we got on defense, here comes Damian Wilson with that sack, and I was just like, yes, sir. Yes, sir, that's what we needed. That put us back on that winning track again. And I'm like, where were these plays in the first half? Where was this energy in the first half? Can anybody tell me where was this in the first half? Nobody showed up at all. It's like y'all just getting off the plane and you still ain't dressed out yet. For most of these players in that first half, man. That's what it felt like to me. And I'm going to say this. As I said in the pregame stream the night before, I said I fully expected our run D to fail against these two running backs. I fully expected that. I fully expected both of them to run circles around us. But 200 yards worth? Come on, man. Anybody that says we don't have a good run D is in denial. They're straight up in denial right now if they're not seeing it after that performance right there. Because we should have shut down Nick Chubb for 3/4 of that game. And that's on people like Derek Brown. That's on people like Shaq. You know, they got to step up. Matt and Unitas got one big play that I saw. 4 tackles, though. All of them assists. But Haynes was nowhere to be seen. Gross Matos was nowhere to be seen. Phil Hoskins was nowhere to be seen. And I'm warning y'all, man. Why are we putting all our eggs into Phil Hoskins' basket? Why are we doing that? Corey Littleton was nowhere to be seen. And if I'm calling y'all's names out, it's because I know y'all got more in you. I know you got more heat in you, man. I know you got more talent than that. Bravion Roy made a good play. I give him credit. Hartsfield as well. Also did. Okay, but Sam Franklin, Thomas Oliver, Chandler, Richie, Trimble were really part of that special teams unit. So they didn't really do that much. I will give Hartsfield his due for that pass deflection. Excellent job, though. But honestly, I didn't see nothing, though, that really stood out to me. And I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just you got about 5 people that were MIA today that needed to step up and do something in the critical situations. I don't like that. If you're on this 53-man roster, you're here for a reason. Okay? Please make a play. Even just one play will be enough. I just want to be able to point you out for something positive. After a game. That's all I really want to be able to do. If you do more than one good thing, keep it rolling. Keep it a buck. Keep it rolling. Don't stop at just one. Don't be satisfied with that. Stay hungry out there. And that's what Frankie Luvu is every single game. This dude is hungry, and he is a predator. I give Shaq his credit for figuring out the plays, but Frankie Luvu executed. Y'all can't even deny that. Shin had to come up and help, which is okay once in a while. But you can't rely on him all the time. This D-line has got to step up. I didn't see anything from Phil Hoskins, and that's the man that we need to see something from. I don't know why. I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not even gonna go there because there's no point. But let's look at these defensive numbers for Cleveland, and I want y'all to note the differences. Okay, this is what a good defense. An average defense that looks like a good defense because the offense of the other team struggles. It is going to look like stats-wise. All right, so Johnson had a half a sack, 7 combined tackles, 1 quarterback hit. All right. Now, I forget who he was on. I forget who that. Yeah, who was he battling against? I don't remember. Whoever it was, he clearly beat him. Alright, so Emerson. I pointed out Emerson in the pregame stream. 5 tackles. Moving on to... I'm not even going to bother with Karamoa. Let's move on to Myles Garrett. And Myles Garrett was facing a rookie tackle. Yes. Was facing Icky. Yes. But, I mean, Myles Garrett eats, man. He's just a monster. I mean, if anybody didn't expect this to happen, and didn't start him, and you're not starting him, that's a foolish decision against this Panthers offensive line. Because you already know we have a horrible history with this offensive line, and you already know that Myles Garrett is going to smell blood in the water. It happens every time we face this dude. Or people like him. 4 tackles, 2 sacks, 3 tackles for a loss, 1 pass deflection, 1 forced fumble. I don't know that that was a forced fumble by Garrett. I think that was just a bad snap. But it could have been one of those 4 bad snaps. But I'll give him his credit for his forced fumble, though. I'll give him his credit. That could have just been that 5th one, though. You got an interception by Delpit. Right place, right time. Overthrow by Baker led to that one. But he did also have a pass deflection. Alright. So on to the next one that has made a major difference today for the Browns. Walker had a tackle for a loss. But Jadeveon Clowney, and if anybody is from South Carolina, you guys already know who Clowney is. Most of the league knows who Clowney is. And I did warn y'all about Clowney. If you're not familiar with him, or what he's capable of. 3 tackles today, half a sack, quarterback hit, 2 pass deflections. I mean, this dude had a field day with this offensive line. He had an absolute field day. I warned everybody this was going to happen. I mean, you can't say you were right. And you move on down to Harrison. A half a sack and a quarterback hit. Pushing on down to Toge. 1 tackle. It's a half a sack. And a quarterback hit. Moving on down to Ward. You got a pass deflection here. That's your 6th one of the day for the Browns. Moving on down to Winfrey. There's your 7th one. That's 7 pass deflections we have allowed today. 7. By this offensive line by themselves. What? Like, honestly, what? What have I told y'all about this offensive line? Keep your hands engaged. Keep these guys' hands engaged. They're going to kill you if you don't keep them engaged. This is the result of it when you don't keep them engaged. I've been preaching on it week after week after week with these offensive linemen, man. And I'm trying to do this for your benefit. I really am. I'm trying to give y'all tips. I'm trying to give y'all suggestions. I really do want the betterment of this offensive line and this whole entire team. Please take my advice. Learn from people like Greg Little back in the day, you know? Learn from the vets, man. The people that have been making Pro Bowls under the Fox days, you know? Learn the techniques. We have an offensive line coach from Green Bay who worked with the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers. Please take this man's advice. Aaron Rodgers does not trust many people, but he trusted this dude. That speaks volumes. Right there. We just got one of the top 3 offensive line coaches in the league. And if you're not taking his advice and you're not properly keeping these defenders' hands engaged, that's the result. 7 pass deflections. That's not acceptable. We got to do better than that next week, man. We got to do better. That's 4 sacks. We got to do better. That's 5 tackles for a loss. Again, we got to do better. I know you guys have it in you. I know you do. I've seen it. Okay? I've watched training camp for 6 days, and I've watched preseason. I've watched you guys play better than this. Please show me more. Show us all more, man. Self-love. We literally had 25 receptions today. 25 targets, 16 catches, and a touchdown. 235 yards. That's it? We're talking 4 whole quarters of football. That's it? No. 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 4 sacks. Alright, now granted, 2 of those are on the offensive line. The other 2 are on Baker for holding on to that ball too long. And if you do not use your internal clock and you sit back there for 4 to 5 seconds and expect not to get sacked or pushed around, that is on you. Okay, this line can only protect for so long. I'll grant you, this line could probably protect for about 2.8 seconds. 3 at best. You got to get that ball out of there. And mostly, if you look around the league at some of the average quarterbacks, like maybe Carson Wentz, Kirk Cousins up in Minnesota, you're looking at about 3.2 to 3.5 getting that ball out of there. But Baker sat there for a whole 4 seconds on 2 of those sacks, and that's why it's on him. The other 2 were on Icky, going up against Myles Garrett. And I mean, Myles Garrett is Myles Garrett. But look at the rest of the pressures that were put on Baker throughout most of the game. He's got to get the ball out. Can't sit back there forever. You're not Tom Brady. You know what I mean? As much as you like to think that you can play like all these Pro Bowlers and superstars out there. You got to get that ball out. I don't care if it ends up in the sideline. Just get it out of there. You can't take the sack. You can't throw a pick. Just get it out of there. I'm tired of watching these quarterbacks that just think that they can sit back there forever and they're invulnerable. You're not, bro. And it came back to bite you today, didn't it? Now, that fourth quarter, I give you credit. I give everybody on this offense credit for that fourth quarter because they really wanted this, man. They were fighting for it. And to be honest with you, I did not expect their kicker to make a 60-yarder. I don't think any of us did. His career log was what, 53? 54, something like that? I forget what they said on CBS, but I think it was like 53. Nobody expected a 60-yarder. I mean, with room to spare. So, it's not like we didn't see this coming. This is yet another Panthers game, where we just choke. We have a clear opportunity to put points on the board in the first half. And I mean, at a certain point, you just have to say, okay, if you're the Browns, you're like, enough's enough with this scoreless nonsense. We got to put something up on the board. At what point do you find a weakness in this Panthers defense, after so long of a stalemate, where these guys start to get tired? It doesn't take that long. Knowing full well that we were giving up these big runs. Browns should have picked up on that way sooner. I'm surprised they didn't. I'm surprised they didn't go run game right out of the gate and get 100 yards out of us in that first quarter. I'm very shocked. Because guess what, folks? They got tapes on those preseason games. I mean, it's not a secret. Training camp, we were doing the same thing. We were struggling with the run defense. It's not a secret. Oh, just because we were ranked number 9 in average last year. Oh, maybe there were a couple of games where we just stop. No more excuses. We're done with them. Fix the problem. Do something about it. If you're tired of hearing about it, fix the problem. But you can't fix the problem if you're in denial that there is a problem in the first place. I can't help you with that, even after I've already pointed out the problem several times over. That's not on us, guys. We pointed out this stuff several times over. I don't know what to tell you. Dude, and it's not like they didn't give us advantages too. Like there were some penalties, there were some opportunities here. They even gave us one of these on downs, in the first quarter. For goodness sakes. Downs, punt. Come on. Take advantage of it. Stop screwing around and take advantage of it. What are these little dinky screen plays? That ain't gonna do it, bro. When we got better plays than that in our playbook, and we weren't pulling them out. That interception is when the Browns finally figured out, okay, we know we can run on these guys now after 3 drives. Let's take advantage of it. And even on that 3rd drive, look at this, 34 yards penalized. 34 yards. And we still couldn't take advantage of it. I mean, that's just sad. That is just straight up sad. I don't know. Take what you will from this game. But I mean, defensively, we are exactly what I said we are. The only difference is we're struggling with tackle. That's it. But otherwise, we are exactly what I called us as. And the fact that we held them scoreless for that long, you know, even with them helping us, shows a real good improvement in that secondary. I'm pleased with it. You know, the fact that it took them a quarter and a half to finally put up those 17. That's a testament right there. And look at this second half. We gave up a total of 9 points in the second half. Receptions wise. The fact that they got those 9 points was mostly run game. I mean, there's a lot to like about this secondary, man. There's a lot to like. You know, we got some pieces, man. Don't overuse them. Or you will get them hurt. It's a guarantee. That's what I'm concerned about, man. I don't want to see Chin hurt. I don't want to see Brian Burns hurt. You know, all these guys that... Yeah, I don't want to see Dante hurt. I don't want to see, CJ hurt. Just because they have to do double duty and stop a run play. I mean, that's every week. You know, when I've been watching these guys and I've been watching the news and I've been watching this turf that we've been playing on, and it just scares me, man. It scares me every week. Ever since we started looking at that turf. And we started looking at this 53-man roster. It's spooking me, man. It's a skeleton in our closet. And we can't seem to get rid of it. No matter how hard we try, it is still there. And to deny that it is there is a denial of an opportunity to fix this team and make it better. That being said, what did we not cover? Ugh. From this game alone, what did we not cover? That's what I need to know. 'Cause I don't remember. I'm fairly certain we covered everything from this game. But if I miss anything, let me know in the chat, please. I'm going to turn my focus to the other games this week. Starting with this Miami Dolphins upset over New England. Yes, sir. Love to see it. As a Panthers fan, you love it. That brings me joy. That brings me a lot of joy right there. Miami, you get one more shot at New England, and I hope you guys take full advantage of it and get that sweep. Because that will land you solely in second place. You will not have to share it after that point. Because the Jets are awful. And all you got to do with is Buffalo at that point. So then, just focus on winning games. Good luck to y'all. I really do hope that happens for y'all. I really do want that for you. Because you got some playmakers on that team. And I want to see them succeed. All right, Baltimore over the Jets. Not a surprise, 24-9. Baltimore looking solid on offense. Nothing new there. Pittsburgh with that epic overtime win over Cincinnati. Wow, man. After seeing that first thud off that goalpost, I was like, what in the heck did I just see? You know what I mean? I'm with the CBS people. I was like, what in the world are we watching right now? This is some nonsense right here. I give credit to Pittsburgh, man. They wanted that game. They really did. And much love to them. Much respect to them. I shouldn't say much love to them, but much respect to them. You know what I mean? It's the proper word. The Colts in Houston, overtime. Overtime tie. That's really interesting to me. That Houston was able to pull that off. Shows me they still have some playmakers on that defense. All right, Washington over Jacksonville. I did see this one happening. A 6-point win over Jacksonville. Chicago 19-10 win over San Francisco. Now this raised a couple of eyebrows for me. Because we're going to be dealing with San Francisco later on. If Chicago beat them by 9, and San Francisco doesn't get their act together by that point in the season against us, we have a shot at a win there. Point blank, we got a solid shot at a win. But we need to see Baker Mayfield play like Baker Mayfield in the fourth quarter, for an entire 4 quarters. If we could see that, plus our O-line stepping up, for 4 whole quarters, I'd say that's a win right there over San Francisco, coming up. Yeah, they're going to have some rushing yards on us, but passing-wise, we're going to shut them down. That's a dub. I can see it coming. Based on that score right there. That's all I need to see. I don't even need to look at the box score to know this. I got to read on these guys now. Let's see if that continues next week. But I got to read on them for right now. Early read. And I hope I'm correct. I'm probably not correct. We'll see. By week 3, we'll have a solid, decent read on them. Philadelphia beats Detroit 38-35. Detroit managed to put up 35, though. That's thanks to Goff out there in Detroit. He's got a couple of weapons. He's got Chark, I think. Chark. That they picked up from free agent list. I think free agent list. But, he was former with the Denver Broncos. Pretty good wide receiver, man. He's a dangerous guy. They got a halfway decent running game. It's average, but I think it can work. They can move the chains. They got 35 out of it. But what this shows me is Philadelphia's defense is weak. If they allow 35 to Detroit, that's a weak defense. That's a soft defense. That's blood in the water right there. All right, so Saints over the Falcons 27-26. The fact that game was that close suggests to me that the Saints are a lot weaker than I thought they were. I thought the Saints would make a solid run at it, for a wild card spot this year. With Jameis Winston, and the few weapons that he does have in New Orleans, I thought they'd make a pretty good show, for a wild card this year. If they can stay healthy and they can actually build a little bit of a defense, Saints could look pretty feisty towards that playoff time. But that 27-26 score right there tells me a little bit about them. We're going to keep an eye on the Saints, but for right now, that raises a couple of eyebrows, in Carolina land right now. We're not going to be able to beat them, probably, but it still raises a couple of eyebrows. So let's talk about the Giants beating Tennessee. That raises a couple eyebrows. What's going on in Tennessee, man? How do y'all let them beat you like that? Oh, snap. The fact the Giants only got 21, though, and we got 24 this week against that Browns defense that's average. Maybe a little above average. Maybe I should give them a little bit more credit. Above average. Slightly below above average. Defense shows me we've got a solid win over the Giants coming up in New York. Yeah. Barkley's going to run circles around us. That's not a surprise. It's not going to be as bad as this week. But, yeah, that's going to be a nasty one. I'll get to that Chargers game in a minute. And the Minnesota game in a minute. I want to focus on KC slaughtering Arizona right now. KC's back. And they're out for blood. I mean, it's not even close. They are out for blood right now. It's going to be KC and Buffalo in that AFC Championship game. I'm calling it right now. Nobody in the West is strong enough to take on both of them and get through both of them. There's no way. Nobody. I don't care how good your team is out in the West. Whether it be the Raiders, whether it be the Chargers, neither one of them have enough weaponry to get past the Chiefs. It's just not going to happen. They're out for blood. And I like it. That's a Predator team right there. That is a true Predator team. When I talk about Predator mode, man, that's what it looks like. 44-21. That's what it looks like when you build your roster correctly and you go into Predator mode. Yeah, that defense still has a little bit to work on with 21. But, I suspect that's probably the linebackers. But, Still. 44 points. Y'all remember when we were scoring 40 points a game back in 2014 and 15? That's what a Predator looks like in the NFL. That's what I want us to get back to, man. That's where I want us to go. Because we were feared, man. This team was feared back in 14 and 15. You did not want to play in Charlotte in either one of those 2 years. Because you knew exactly what you were going to get for 4 whole quarters. And if you came in thinking you could surprise us, nope. Nope. Atlanta earned that one win against us in 15. You cannot stay up for every game. It's impossible. It is literally impossible. In the NFL. Alright, so Tampa Bay 19-3 over Dallas. Again, Tom Brady flexing his muscles. This is nothing new. You know, this is Tom Brady being Tom Brady. That did not surprise me. Tampa Bay's defense stepped up majorly and shut down Dak Prescott. Only 3 points on the board. I wonder if there might have been an injury there. I'm going to look around for that later. But they should not be only putting up 3 against that Tampa Bay defense unless that Tampa Bay defense is really on their A game this year. Then that makes that division chase really interesting. Yeah, as far as like divisional round of playoffs later on down the road. That makes it real interesting to look at. Okay, so Chargers look like they are better than the Raiders right out of the gate, but that could change. That could be flip-flop later. You could see the Raiders winning the next match, you know. And on it goes. Because that's always been a 50-50 between the Raiders, the Chargers, you know. It's always been like that. And unless they've got enough weaponry to take on KC, that's what it's going to look like. All right, so Minnesota over Green Bay, 23-7. Interesting. With Aaron Rodgers being Aaron Rodgers, that's really interesting right there. I'm not quite sure what to make of that one right now. But Minnesota has been one of the stronger contenders in the NFC, and they continue to be so. So I think this is going to be a real interesting battle here for that division lead between these two teams here. So if Green Bay comes back and wins the second one around, then it becomes an all-out battle to see who gets more wins. And as we know right now, Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers have been very, very dominant once they get going in the regular season. But once they get to the playoffs, Minnesota's got the edge. Absolutely, they have the edge. So I think there's some really interesting ones here this week. And as many people know, I drafted about 4 Kansas City Chiefs players. I know Butker was one of them, with the injury. So I'll have to go looking for another kicker. But, this is just more KC dominance right now. It was fully expected. I know I expected it. and Arizona's starting to fall apart. KC smelled the blood in the water. They took full advantage of it. And that's what you got to be, man. If you got the talent on your roster, like KC does, like we're going to have, if we can get rid of Matt Rule's nonsense, with his roster building and really build it properly, that could be us 2 or 3 years down the road from this point. That could be us consistently. That could be us. Think about that. This is a Predators team. I've said it about 5 times now on this stream, but I'll say it again. Predator team. This is our goal, folks. We want to reach that. We're competitive every year. We go for division titles. Back to back years. Bucks are about to lose Tom Brady after this year. Falcons are garbage. It is time to reclaim our title. Once we have rebuilt this roster properly, it'll take another year or two to finish it under Scott Fitterer. I do believe it is possible. I would advise also one thing. We're getting predominantly run blocking offensive linemen. If we can get a balanced set of linemen, including Taylor Moton, including Bozeman, and I think we're off to a strong start with that, with Bozeman once he gets healthy. That's the Super Bowl leader right there. He was balanced. But I think once we get back to a balanced set of guys on this line. I like Corbett. I like Taylor Moton. I like Bozeman. I like Brady Christensen. Brady Christensen is predominantly a run blocker, but I do like it. Because we are trying to push CMC. We are trying to push Chuba. I'm going to need Icky to step up, but I do believe he could be the potential guy on this line. No more Pat F line, please. No more Michael Jordan. Toss them both. We need better guys than that next time we go out. I like Cade Mays. And Donta Foreman is not the answer at backup running back. Chuba is. That is what we want. That is going to give us the best chance of winning. And I want a 60-40 balanced pass blocker versus a run blocker. To set up at guard. Let's move Brady Christensen back over to tackle if Icky is not it. You know what I mean? Toss Michael Jordan back to third string. And if we have to put Brady Christensen in over at left guard, so be it. That's how this is supposed to go. If we want to become a dominant 53-man roster team. On offense specifically. Which is the problem that we had today, was offense. It's the main problem. Laviska will have that roster, that playbook set up for him and learned and be ready to go. So I need to see a little more of these wide receivers get more involved. Robbie did a great job today. DJ did a great job today. And it showed. In that fourth quarter in particular. Defensively, in order to build a proper 53-man roster that we can be proud of, defensive ends have to step up. Brian Burns, we all know, will step up. Haynes, I need to see him step up in the place that we put him in. I like Barno. I think there's potential there. Let him train for a year. Gross Matos, I need him not to be the invisible man anymore. Okay? That means push your limits, Gross Matos. Let's see what you got. This is your one shot. Make it count. Okay? Make it count. I like when Bravion Roy was in. He made his play count. I like Matt Iniditis. When he was making his move, he made it count. But we need to see more of Matt get the job done on the run defense. Same with Derek Brown. And again, I would not put all my eggs in the basket of Phil Hoskins. It's not smart. What? Again, I'm not head coach, so. And of course, Marvin McCall, we didn't see. Moving on to linebackers, we need a linebacker in the next draft. That's an absolute need. Same with guard position. Left guard, in particular. Shaq is doing okay. He can only do so much, though. Damian Wilson, love the sack. But I need him to stay in coverage with these tight ends. No lollygagging, no taking plays off. I need to see this dude step up for 4 whole quarters. Shut down these tight end options. If you got to run defense, then run defense. But, do double duty. But if you don't have to do that, stick those tight ends like glue. We got to start shutting these guys down. We shut down Njoku today. But there's going to be more of them. That's just the beginning. Frankie, love Frankie, man. We don't deserve this dude. Brandon Smith needs to step up on the run defense. Corey Littleton needs to step up on the run defense. Didn't see either one of them. All right, corners. Excellent job. Keep doing what you're doing. That's all I need to say to these guys, man. Just keep doing what you're doing. Pass deflections, more of them. Nom 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 nom. I'm like the Cookie Monster when it comes to pass deflections. I need to see more. More. I'm greedy when it comes to that, man. I'm greedy. Let's go. More. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to pass deflections, when they're like cookies, man, make me a diabetic. You know what I mean? That's what I need to see more of, baby. I only saw 3 today, and I need more. I love these guys, man. I love these guys. I know they're capable of it, too, because I've seen it. Dante, excellent job today. You can only do so much, man. But, hey, shout out to you. J.C. Horn, great coverage for a good chunk of this game, man. Like I said, you got to cut down on the penalties, but great job today. CJ, excellent job stepping up when you've been called to do so. Love it. Jeremy Chin obviously is Jeremy Chin. Xavier Woods obviously is Xavier Woods. You know, these guys are stepping up. I love Hartsfield as well. Okay, so we did add Sam Franklin Jr. Good. So if Sean Chandler gets in trouble, we got Sam Franklin Jr. I like that. Smart move. And if worst comes to worst, we got Keith Taylor. We can move him over. You know, in an emergency situation. So that's okay. I mean, good moves, man. You're listening, man. You're listening, coach. Thank you. Thank you for putting Sam Franklin back in. Great move. You will not regret this. Because I'm telling you, Sean Chandler was put on special teams for a reason. He was not put in those special situations. Great job of not putting him in the situations that got us killed last year in points. Great job. Very happy to see that. That's good coaching right there. That is good coaching. How many times have I pointed out anything that's been good from Matt Rule in the last 3 years? It's been very rare. But I want to start doing more of it. And today, I've seen a few things today that I liked. And that's one of them. Smart move. Let's continue that. That's proper roster building right there. Very smart move. All right. That's a safety net. Is exactly what that is for Sean Chandler. If Sean doesn't step up, you got Sam. And we saw Henry Anderson make a play today. Great job, Henry. You know, newest acquisition. I'm afraid to say whether I was right or wrong on this move about Nixon. You know, I'm 50-50 at this point. If Henry really proves that he can really shut down some of these runs and do what Nixon hasn't been doing, you know, despite some of the plays that I've seen Nixon make in preseason, absolutely, I'm on board with Henry at that point. I'm all in with Henry at that point. We needed that extra pass rusher, yes. But mainly, we needed run support. I feel like Gross Matos just had a bad day today. He's got a lot more potential in him. Let's give him another shot. You know? I need to see him step up next game, all right? It's the Giants. They have a weak offensive line. You can do this. Make your presence known, Gross Matos. Make it known. Again, this D-line, we've got a lot of talent here. In the right areas and in the right ways. We still got a few more pieces to pick up here, you know, and I need to see Haynes come out there and make a couple plays too. But overall, I love Bravion Roy. His pass deflections lately, he's had one per game, preseason included. He's on fire this year. Same with training camp practice. I've seen him get pass deflections every day that I was out there. At least one. And I was sitting there going, "Oh, you know, that's what I need to see from these boys, man." They could not keep this man's hands engaged the entire time. And I don't know if that's a slight against the offensive line or whether that's just Bravion Roy just being Bravion Roy, stepping up his A game, you know? And he's about to have a breakout year. I'm not sure, man. I'm 50-50. I believe in both, I think, right now. I do believe it might be both. But this is what, this is roster building 101. This is what you want. We got a lot more talent to go. Like I said, maybe a year and a half. Keep building on this talent. Let's see who we lose, what we got to replace. But overall, you can't really complain about this roster, man. Scott has done it. It's up to Matt to manage it properly. And if you don't manage it properly, it's going to lead to L's. Just like it did today. Don't believe me? Just watch. The numbers are... the scoreboard speaks for itself. It tells a story. It tells a narrative of what happens during a game. That's your bare bones of your story. You start looking at the stats. You start looking at the depth chart. You look at the injury report. And who gets involved. And how they get involved. And why are they involved. Then it becomes a gigantic puzzle. And once you assemble all the pieces to it, you get a full picture of what this team can be at its fullest potential, which is the 6 to 9 wins. Losing this game backtracks us, man. We got to get one more win than we thought we would need to get beforehand in order to open the door for 9. But right now, we're looking at 6. Point blank 6. And we're falling behind that 6 mark by 1 game. So what do we need to recover that 1 game? Let's look at the schedule. We're going to win against the Giants. That's going to happen. Saints. As we noticed, there's a weakness with the Saints. They barely beat the Falcons today. That's an opening. And it's at home. We got to take advantage of that. That needs to be a win. Arizona got absolutely destroyed by the Kansas City Chiefs. I was looking for the right word. But destroyed is a pretty good word to describe it. But the Cardinals 100% the trap game. Do not go into that Cardinals game thinking that we can salvage this season by beating Arizona. That's not how it's going to work. Because if you go in there and you play lazily like we did in the first half, that's an L. Kyler Murray will shred you. At the linebacker level. Any team that's got any hint of a running game will run circles around us. That includes the Saints with Melvin Ingram. That includes the Rams. They've got an excellent run game. Buccaneers, of course. Bengals. Baltimore. Pittsburgh just showed that they can go toe-to-toe with Cincinnati. That's a scary one right there. I don't like that. And
What a way to start off the 20.
Seattle may or may not have a run game. We'll see. This is scary stuff, man, but to get back onto the track that we need to get on to get back to 6 wins, that means we got to win against the Seahawks or split with the Saints. And as of right now, I'm not liking our chances against Pittsburgh. Our chances of winning that game just went down significantly with that win over Cincinnati. That's what we're dealing with, folks. And I don't mean to spook people, but this is getting to be one of those years where it's not going to be looking like too much improvement on the scoreboard or on the record books. But, again, as I've said before in the offseason many, many times, even before this season started and preseason, the improvement needs to be in the development of the players, the rookies, the 2-year men, the 3-year men, the people that we've already got on our roster, that are not already Pro Bowlers, need to become better and develop this year in order for us to create a roster that can be dangerous and feared in about 2 to 3 years. Scott Fitter is building it, man. He's building a monster. He's building a absolute predator team. There's no question about it. Matt Rule is putting the training wheels on it, and as you can see by today's depth chart and what we're doing with it. It's unhealthy. Much like this Mountain Dew that people think is, for all those health nuts out there. But I don't care about that. I'm an energetic guy. I gotta have this stuff. For the amount of stuff that I have to get done per week. But, point being, if you screw around with the roster too much, it's unhealthy. And I'm genuinely concerned that if we do not get rid of Matt Rule as a head coach, and have him move on somewhere else, respectfully, to a team that he could maybe do a little better with or learn from, as an assistant head coach or something like that in the NFL. So I don't think he's ready for head coaching jobs anymore. Not in the NFL. Definitely in college, yeah, but not here. So have him move to somewhere where he can learn from a professional guy like maybe Belichick, maybe Pete Carroll, maybe Andy Reid, somebody that really has been established in the league and really knows what they're doing with roster building, with contracts, with depth chart building, 53-man cuts, just know what you're doing, man. By the time you come back and you try to take a job here. That's what I'm asking for. And I don't think that's asking for too much. But I need to see it. Otherwise, we're wasting our time. We're wasting all these guys' talents and skills. Every day that Matt Rule is screwing around with this roster and robbing people of opportunities on this roster is an opportunity wasted, to show off the talent that these guys have. And it's sad. It's upsetting. We're talking about people's careers. You only get one. You know what I mean? In the NFL, you only get one. And once it's up, it's up. You're not getting another one. Go ask Luke Kuechly that. He can tell you. You only get one. And some of these guys wish they could put those jerseys back on and make a difference again. But I'll tell you what, retirement is retirement. And once you're out, you're out. And thankfully, they have found good places to end up helping us out, as a franchise. And Luke Kuechly in the booth, Steve Smith has come by and offered advice to DJ. Thomas Davis has been here as well. You've seen Greg Olsen drop by as well. For the Little League team thing, for preseason. So, it's not like these guys haven't been here, man. Take advantage of that knowledge while you have a shot. That's the biggest takeaway I can give these players and this coaching staff. Take that knowledge and use it. Don't sit on it. Don't let it go in one ear and out the other. Use that knowledge. I beg you. Take advantage of it. You only get so much time with these guys. There's so much knowledge that they can give you. And if you sit there and you waste that knowledge, like Matt Rule is doing right now, really. You notice none of these guys go up to Matt Rule, except to give him a handshake. Steve Smith is involved with the wide receivers. You notice these guys go to their specifically designated areas that they're really smart in. But how about the head coaches? How about the offensive coordinator? How about the defensive coordinator? How about the head coach? You notice these guys always talking to Scott Fitterer, but you never hear him talking about stuff to Matt Rule. I wonder why that is. Things that make you go, right? That goes on the list. I'll tell you why. It's because Matt Rule doesn't know what he's doing. So, Matt, I'm asking you, if you want to succeed in this league and you want to improve, go talk to them, okay? Go seek out that knowledge from Luke Kuechly. You got him in the booth every week now. Go seek him out. Go talk to him. Give him a phone call. Ask him about, okay, what is your thinking on this type of defense? What is your thinking on this type of whatever it is, fill in the blank. And Luke will not hesitate to tell you, man, he's a great guy. He wants to help this franchise win. He loves this franchise as much as we do. Please use his knowledge. Same with Steve Smith. Ask him. What does he think about this type of wide receiver? What does he think about this type of coverage? Versus the wide receivers that we have. Ask these guys for their knowledge, and they will help. I guarantee it. Don't sit on that knowledge. And the more opportunities you waste, the less of an opportunity you're going to get. to succeed with the team in the NFL. I'm telling you, we have so many great veterans that you could pull knowledge from while you were here in Carolina. We got a bunch of Pro Bowlers. These guys have been in the Super Bowl, for goodness sakes. If you want to learn, that's where you want to learn it from. You want to know what a Super Bowl type roster looks like? Go ask them. Go ask them. You want to know what it's like to build a 53-man roster that can win a Super Bowl? Go ask Andy Reid. Go ask Pete Carroll. He had one capable of winning a Lombardi. And he did. He almost won 2 in a row. In fact, he should have won 2 in a row. The fact he didn't is his fault. And need I remind you, Scott Fitterer was a part of that roster building process. This dude knows what he's doing. Trust the process. Stop screwing with it and trust it. That's my advice to you, Matt. I want the best for everybody. No matter whether they're players, coaches, I don't care in this franchise. I just want the best for you as people. That's always how it's been. That's always how it's going to be. I'm generous, man. I care. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this. That's love. That's loyalty. That's dedication. And all I'm asking for is for that same effort to be put on the field. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that's too much to ask. I really don't. Put that same effort out there, man, that you put out there in that fourth quarter. Through 4 whole quarters and make it count. Get these guys more involved. You look at this depth chart. Yeah, I need to see CMC get involved early. I need to see more of DJ Moore. I need to see more of Tommy Trumbull. In short yardage situations. I need to see, more blocking situations. I need to see Higgins out there, making a play. I need to see Chuba catching the ball and making a play. These are the things I need to see in order for me to be convinced that this offense is on track and capable of winning 6 games. At the very bare minimum. Show us that, and I'll be convinced. Don't just talk the talk, walk the walk. Do that, and we'll get our 6 wins. We'll get through this crappy year. We'll make our move towards getting the division next year. And we'll stay on track. But games like today, where you have a first half like we had today, that's not going to get us there. That's not going to cut it. Reach higher. Push further. Do more. Be who you are as players, as coaches, as, as depth chart guys. Be who you are. Show up. Or don't waste our time. Honestly, you're getting paid for a reason. You're on this 53-man roster for a reason. Show up. And ball out. That's the tough love part of it, man. And again, I want to see every single one of y'all do better. And be better as people. Keep progressing. Even if you're doing well. Keep pushing, man. Break through that glass ceiling. Put up those numbers, And, I do want to admire and show respect to CMC, for calming everybody down. Once we got down 17 to 7, CMC's just like, okay, we need to calm down. We need to just enjoy today. Just be ourselves. I love that. That's CMC being CMC, man. He just wants us to get chemistry going. He wants us to get going as a whole. Sometimes that requires calming people down. Sometimes that requires a kick in the rear. Whatever it requires, man. Do it. Because and most of the time it's going to require a kick in the rear because we're all lazy out there, man. Wait on a good play to happen. Make it happen yourself. If you've been doing nothing the whole game, make it happen yourself. That's what I'm trying to tell you right now. If you were a player and you've been playing run-of-the-mill gameplay the whole game, and it gets to be fourth quarter, step your game up. Be that one person that creates a turnover. Be that one player that catches the big ball, that makes a difference in the game, that changes the energy of the game. Be that Robbie Anderson that we saw today. You know what I mean? Be that CMC that we saw today. Be that Frankie Louvu that we saw today. You know what I'm saying? If you have not been named and you have not done anything, make your name. State your claim. Do what you got to do. Make it count for something big in a big time situation. And I guarantee you, you will see results. You will see me give credit to you. You will see this coaching staff be impressed by you. You will see your duties increase. And you will be able to live up to them. Because I've seen the talent of this team. I know what they're capable of. Step up. Claim your spot. Claim it. Be a predator. Not the prey. Not the guy that just stands around and takes a play off. No. Be that predator. Be that panther, man. Be that jungle panther that everybody wants you to be. Everybody that's been pushing you, listen to them. Those are the people you want in your life. And the people that you are. The great people that you are. Human beings that you are. On and off the field. And like I said, no matter how much tough love I give, I would sit down to lunch or dinner and talk to these people, man. And just happily do it, man. because these guys deserve it. They're great human beings, every one of them. From the top to the bottom. Even Matt Rule. I would sit down and I would talk to him. I'd have that same conversation with him that I'm having with you guys right now. No joke, I would. Word for word, verbatim. I'd tell him, you want my advice on how to be better as a head coach? This is the criticisms of the people out there. This is what I see. This is what you can do better. And this is how. There you go. I mean, I would do the same thing for any player that asks that advice. That willingly wants that advice. And willingly wants to get better. If you want it, I want it for you. I want to help you in that journey. I want to help push you in that right direction, man. Because I know you guys are capable. So show us. Don't just tell us, show us. Alright, man. We get the Giants next week. I got a preview stream coming up next week. If there's anything else that you guys want to cover, now's the time. Or forever hold your peace. Otherwise, we're pulling this one, man. We're pulling it. All we can do now, man, is just keep pounding. You know, we took that L today. It ain't over. It's the start of the season. You know. Yeah, it counts. Yeah, it hurts. But we ain't done. Don't take that L against the Giants, though. God, please don't take that L. Not against them. Not again. Don't do it again. We need a dub in New York. Alright, guys. That being said, stay happy, healthy, and well. I'll see you guys for the next stream. Again, I apologize about our unprofessional guests here, but, you know, it is what it is. I can't really control what they do. I can kick them out of Zoom, you know, if they do a whole bunch of nonsense like that again, but, you know, it is what it is, man. But if you go come up in Zoom and be professional, respectful, and talk football, man, and bring up some good points and do all this stuff, man, I'm here for it. Come on up, you know. I'll hear you. I'll hear any of y'all out, man. You know, if you got some opinions to talk about, man. You know, feel free to drop up in here, man. But don't troll. Don't do any of that sexual nonsense. Any of that copyright music nonsense. No. You have been warned. You have been warned. I will kick you. I will shut down Zoom for the stream if I see that nonsense again. Am I clear, guys? I'm done screwing around. It is season time, and it is time to get serious. This ain't preseason no more. Alright? This ain't off season. This ain't, you know. This ain't those screw around Q&A type streams. That's the time I don't care. You know, y'all can do whatever you want to during those. But when we get serious, when we get game days, when we get pre-game streams, post-game streams, when we got draft stuff to prepare for, I need y'all to be on point and serious. Okay? None of that again. Alright? Real talk. If you about to come up in here with all that again, don't. Alright? Save that for another person's stream. Or just listen in. That's fine. If you still want to just listen in, that's fine with me. But if you come up in this Zoom chat with that nonsense again, I'm going to kick you. You understand? I hope y'all heard that, man. I hope y'all heard that warning loud and clear, because I'm about to post it up on Facebook, too, after this stream is done. Alright, guys. You have been warned. Alright. Thank you guys so much. Again, best thing we can do right now is just to keep pounding. And just hope that we get that win next week, man. You know? Let's see what this team has learned. And with that, everybody says, keep pounding. Let's get up out of here, man. Let's go.
Meet Harper. She
Hold up. Thank you guys so much. Hit that like and follow button if you enjoyed the stream. Thanks to everybody that's been coming through here. Thank you to Vietnam, Ryan, Sam Darnold Buns, everybody that was in Zoom chat today. Thank you to Corey McKinney. Thank you to Rashawn. Thank you to anybody that was checking out the Facebook stream. We appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Y'all are the real ones. Love all of y'all, man. Keep pounding, baby. Peace. Stay happy, healthy, and well. Peace.